You got a little more meat than veg. That's a one-pot meal. You don't need a side, you don't need bread or rice. It's like the cabbage shredded up in there makes you feel like you're eating it with a little bit of a noodle. So you really don't need anything with it. It's a complete meal. Load up that protein, baby. This is delicious. This is like one of those examples of something so simple being so flipping good, and a new way to eat your cabbage right here, breaking out another one pot. Wonder with Mexican quinoa skillet with chicken. Now quinoa is like the forgotten grain. You know, like when people would talk about protein, quinoa was like the star of the show, 'cause it was like a grain that had a lot of protein. We weren't used to that. Honestly, I used to not really love quinoa, but what really made me start to like it is mixing it with like southwestern flavors. So a lot of like smoky cumin and fire roasted tomatoes. That's what's going in this dish. So if you've never had quinoa, this is a great recipe to try with. So, it has a lot of protein on its own, plus I'm adding more protein with the chicken, so another double whammy with the protein. Prep is really simple. All I have to do is chop up a little jalapeno and some garlic. These two things are going to infuse the flavor for the rest of the dish. So, I'm going to get the garlic and jalapeno going in a little olive oil, just going to cook this for about a minute, just until it's all really fragrant. Drain and rinse a can of black beans and then add them to the skillet along with a can of fire-roasted diced tomatoes, also going in with some corn, about a cup. I'm using frozen corn, you can use fresh or canned, and then the quinoa. I'm going to give it a little rinse, and a cup of chicken broth. Doesn't get much quicker and easier than this. I thought the fajitas were fast, and then I'm going to season it up with chili powder, cumin. Recipe calls for a tablespoon of crushed red pepper. That sounds a little spicy for my crew, so I'm going to just do about half a teaspoon salt and pepper. A good thing about quinoa is, like when you're cooking high protein, sometimes you tend to leave out the fiber. Quinoa has both, alright. So I'm going to bring this to a boil, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the chicken and let it warm through as the quinoa cooks. Okay, once it's come to a boil, you're going to cover it and let it simmer for just about 20 minutes.